welcome to my channel. I'm John, and today we're doing an unboxing video, and I think you can hear that I haven't got much voice left, so I will try to make a short unboxing video and give you my first impressions of 3 knives I got in from China. And without further ado, let's take this package up. I opened it already, so let's see what's inside. We will start with the FURA knife, and unfortunately it doesn't really have a name, so I'll try to show it to you, and when I do my review, I'll try to show it to you so that you can find it on Gearbest, which is the place I got all these things. And I have to tell you, I'm not a member, I'm not an affiliate of any kind of Gearbest, so this is all bought with my own money, and that's just the way it is. The first one, as I said, is a FURA knife, and it is a blue titanium knife, and let's immediately have a look. As you can see, probably it is what should we call it, an homage of something. It is titanium handle, and I don't remember the steel, but that will be come up in the review. Let's open it. That's sort of the first test. Very nice action, but a little gritty. I have mixed impressions with these FURA knives. I have one which is absolutely terrible, and then this one feels a lot better, I have to say. The FURA gear logo, very simplistic logo, laser edged in the blade, stone washed blade. Actually a very nice looking knife in my opinion, and it has a reasonable action. As I said, a little gritty. I think I can do something about that. Let's put this aside and look at the next one. And this is the Ganzo FB7631 BK, which means it's a black knife with a blank blade. Comes in these thin cardboard boxes with a pouch, and quite nicely packaged. Let's put this actually let's put it aside, and we have this 763, latest of the Ganzo models, 761, 62 and 63, and this one is heavily skeletonized in the handle. Usual 440C, always the same steel on Ganzos. Yeah, and that's not true for the later one for the next one that I'll show you. But until 763, always 440C steel. Actually quite nice looking, and definitely a little blade heavy because it is so heavily skeletonized in the handle. The G-lock, actually very nicely functioning G-lock, not as stiff as the previous Ganzos, but they have managed to get the G-locks on their knives a lot better these days. I'll just try to get it in focus so you can see. Very, very heavily skeletonized, both in the G10 and in the liners inside. Quite nice in hand. Reasonable, yeah, it's almost drop shot. Reasonable action, actually. Quite nice. Out of the box, I like it quite a lot. And I'm sorry about my voice. I've been under the weather for the good part of 3 weeks, and my voice has been a lot worse than this, but I'll try to manage to finish this anyway. Very sharp edge, quite nice knife. Let's just close this, and I'll just take a sip of my coffee to preserve my voice a little. The last one, and the one for which I have the highest expectations, is a brand new Ganzo FH11, and this is a carbon fiber. And to be honest, with all the hype that was surrounding this, I also got one in G10, but that didn't arrive yet. It ended up being a split shipment, so that will show up in a little while, and of course when I do my review I'll show them both. Supposed to be an amazing knife at around $24, and apparently confirmed to be genuine D2 steel, which is why I had to retract what I said before, that they always use 440C. On this one, actually D2 steel, and some independent testers have tried it, and it is supposed actually to be genuine D2. Not any Chinesium apparently. Let's try it on for size. Wow, that is very, very smooth. Quite a nice knife actually. See, they put the Firebird logo in the handle. As far as I'm told, the next batch, or whatever you call it, from Ganzo of this knife will be with a ambidextrous pocket clip, so this logo will be taken away, and there'll be some screw holes for the pocket clip, but we'll see if that happens. Actually very, very nice. It reminds me a little bit of the Rake Hussar, but it has definitely distinctions of its own, and the action is actually quite amazing. Of course I haven't used it in any way, shape or form. Might be the best Ganzo ever made, at least the best flipper, that's for sure. Their flippers are normally not, yeah, they are okay, but nothing to write home about. But this one, definitely very, very nice. And you can see the Firebird logo in the carbon fiber. I don't think it's carbon fibers all the way through. I think it's just some sort of tape, but never mind. It looks quite nice. And of course the blade, quite nice too. And the action is phenomenal, really, and drop shot. But the censoring is very, very nice as well. Not much room on either side, so censoring has to be rather good, unless you wanted to scrape down the sides. And what an amazing action. What I can also tell you that I'll probably not like in the review is the detent. It is a bit weak, at least on this specimen. I'm curious to see what happens when I get the G10 version, if this is the sort of detent that they all have. It is a bit weak for my taste, and I'll try to demonstrate that I can easily swing it out. Yeah. So that I'm not that happy with, but apart from that, a very, very nice knife. Actually, this batch of Chinese knife I got this time. Really promising. And I hope to do some reviews. Maybe not as the first, because I have a ton of other knives in the queue, but I'll need to give them a bit of a spin before I find out what they are worth. And with this, and because my voice is slowly deteriorating, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is in your country. Bye bye.